Mayor. This truly is an historic day. With this bill, the City of St. Louis has put lives first in the fight against drug addiction. With over 133 drug overdoses in last year alone, this bill will certainly make a difference. We don't want people to think twice about calling 911 to bring help in a medical emergency situation. And this bill breaks down a major barrier in reaching out for help. Of course, I want to thank Chad Sabora of the Mo Network. We are standing here in the neighborhood I live in, Marine Villa, and Chad not only is doing phenomenal reach out to people struggling with addiction, but he's reaching out to the neighbors that surround him and making sure that we all, as citizens, understand the issue of addiction. That is a really, really important step. Chad's voice was an important one representing addiction when we were crafting this legislation to ensure that this really will make a difference. Obviously, I always want to also thank the Chief of Police, because unless we have the Chief on board and the Police Department on board, this bill really doesn't carry much weight. So thank you to the Police Department for supporting it. As well, Alderman Cruson, who really led the charge in a regional discussion on drug addiction. Spearheading the effort of the drug monitoring database really opened up a regional conversation on how we can deal with drug addiction in our region. Mayor Slay, of course, for signing the bill and for your office being a leader as we move forward through issues with the bill. But and although she couldn't be here today, Circuit Attorney Jennifer Joyce, her office was truly instrumental in writing this legislation and helping us bring partners to the table to make sure that we could get support for it. So I'm proud to be here today to sign the bill, and with that, I'd like to introduce Representative Steve Lynch, who is truly leading the charge in the state of Missouri.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everybody. It is a great day, isn't it? My name is Stephen Lynch. I represent Missouri House District 122, which is the Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood area. Extraordinary circumstances. That's what we face. And it calls for extraordinary action. Extraordinary circumstances are that more people are dying from drug overdoses than there are from car accidents today. So I want to commend Mayor Slay and St. Louis City and County for helping lead the charge in the state to save lives. Combine this ordinance that's being signed today with my House Bill 1568, that just this Tuesday was signed by Governor Nixon into law. A bill that will take naloxone, Narcan that we commonly call it, and is going to put it in the hands of moms and dads, husbands and wives, sisters, brothers, and friends, the place that it needs to be, without a prescription. It's going to make it more accessible, more widely distributed. The reason that it is so important is that 2/3 of all drug overdoses happen in the home. And that 85% of the time, there is someone around. So being able to put that antidote that is effective, safe, and easy to use, we've got it to save lives. We have to put it where it does the most good. And minutes count when someone has an overdose, 4 to 7 minutes. So by putting it in the home, what this day is and what this week is a day and a week of hope. I want to thank all those that have helped me as I work in the capital of this great state to move these bills forward and to continue to fight. As I stood on the floor on the last vote of the third-party prescription bill, I dedicated that bill to my childhood friend whose son died of a heroin overdose, and to all of the family members and friends that had a loved one die, because this is what they did. They took their mourning, they took their sadness, and they turned it around into being an advocate. Because of their pain, they didn't want another family member or friend to go through what they did. It is in those days when I was feeling challenged by some of the roadblocks that we would run into that I would receive an email or a visit and remind me, this isn't some generic bill that we're talking about. This affects kids, family members, and loved ones. And now, by bringing these bills together, we're going to give us a great opportunity to save a lot of lives. Thank you, and God bless you.
It is exciting. It's, I feel very proud that the city of St. Louis is leading the charge as the first municipality in the country to introduce and pass a Good Samaritan bill. So this is an historic day, but also a day that I believe will have a major impact in many people's lives. So what this means is that St. Louis, I'm really proud that St. Louis City, in the fight of an addiction, is putting lives first. So I lost a cousin to addiction. He had an overdose, and frankly, nobody made the call. And so this will really enable people to feel comfortable making a call to bring emergency medical assistance to somebody experiencing an overdose.